Hey everyone, we got brand new footage of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This time it's from a video from IGN Japan that now got removed. However, the Reddit frogs managed to grab it and save it before it get wiped. Now, just a heads up, this is no storyline spoilers, it's just gameplay mechanics and things that we can speculate based on what we see. And another thing, it's in Japanese, but that's okay because I got a rough translation of what they're saying. Not to mention we can take context clues of what is shown on screen for us to speculate and take in all this information. So with that said, let's get started. All right, so here we go. In the beginning, we see kind of Link just gliding around. And it looks like you can kind of like navigate where you glide, kind of like in Fortnite. Okay, these are scenes from Breath of the Wild. These are not Tears of the Kingdom scenes. I think he's just explaining his intro. And now it's Tears of the Kingdom. Well, we recognize this from trailers before, so nothing really new. This is new. These are the new mechanics where you can use the Ultrahand to kind of control things, kind of like how the Magnesis in Breath of the Wild. Okay, so what he's saying is that you have to rely on your creativity to get the most out of your gameplay, and that they took the theme and gameplay of Breath of the Wild and expanded it and basically amplified the mechanics, and they created this game off of that. And here you can see you can build all kinds of crazy contraptions, and that's Wind Waker footage, not sure why. But that's really cool. So you can create all kinds of crazy contraptions, add rockets or fans to anything to make it fly. Another thing he's saying here is that you can play in any style that suits your mood or your needs. So if you want to climb somewhere, you can just go and climb somewhere in the old way. Or if you want to glide in from somewhere up high, you can too. Or if you want to build this crazy new machine to get there, you can do that too. You really have to rely on your creativity to get through this game and to enjoy it to its fullest. And Link has all kinds of brand new abilities. That main one is the Ultra Hand, where you can, grab objects and attach them and connect them. Here you can see he's building basically like a flying rocket ship, and it's got a little steering wheel control, a steering stick, if you will. That's so cool. Okay, yeah, you use it with your Ultra Hand, you grab it and you attach it wherever you want. Okay, here's a little Darth Vader footage. Here's the thing I want to show you guys. I think this is really cool. So on the top right here, it says things you make are stored in Autobuild's history and can be easily recreated from there. So if you look at that wheel menu, they have this three-hand type of thing, the tri-hand, and that's your Autobuild. So whatever you build, you're able to store it, and you can rebuild it again as long as you have the proper parts in the inventory to rebuild the machine. So if you build a really cool flying jet, you can just rebuild it again if you have the parts. It will always be saved in your auto build inventory. So yeah, they're comparing the Ultra Hand similar to the Force. It uses XYZ axis. They were saying it's a little difficult at first to get that started, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes really easy, and that's when you start having fun and build all kinds of crazy contraptions like this. Okay, in that little menu, I want to show you guys this. I noticed this while I was watching. So you have the steering stick here, what they use to control any flying object. Here you have batteries. You can collect multiple of them. There's a balloon, the rocket thrusters. I'm not really sure what this object is. And then the dragon head is actually the fire emitter. So we've seen that in a video where Link attached that to his shield and was spitting out fire. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, I can see it now. I saw the name. It looks like portable pot. Whatever that's for. Portable pot. I'm not sure what that's for, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. So yeah, those are the things you can attach with you can fuse rather with your Ultra Hand. And there's the XYZ axis. So yeah, there was a battery, the balloon, the rocket thrusters, the fire emitter, which is a dragon head. That's so cool. Flame emitter, excuse me. And some fans. Okay, we've seen that in the first trailer where they kind of built this air airboat. This looks like footage from Breath of the Wild. Probably saying how we can utilize all our tools to defeat enemies, or in this case, solve puzzles. It looked like they were draining a lake by lifting the levee from that. That's so cool. Okay, so apparently he's saying he wants to add rocket thrusters to Epona. That'd be funny. Poor Epona, though. I can't wait. This looks so cool. And there's the auto build feature. See, he has a whole list of items in his auto build inventory that you can select and just kind of go through and rebuild them again. So if you built something awesome, you can save it. And it looks like it collects your parts. It puts them all together for you and just builds it really quick. Yeah, you'll have an entire history of items in your inventory. Looks like he couldn't get his balloon up in the air. So it's like this game looks like a lot of trial and error. Okay, in this part here, this is very similar to a shrine. If you guys notice this, they're not actually shrines. They're large overworld puzzles. They're similar to shrines, but you won't necessarily go underground to solve them. So here, they're overworld puzzles. You figure out what you need to do outside. You use all your tools. You use all your items in your inventory to try to solve this puzzle. And they're kind of scattered all over the world, all over the overworld. Here he's using his rewind time. That's really cool. This looks like some kind of reflecting gemstone, probably to solve a puzzle. Maybe some light is hitting it. There's so much we can do here and so much we can speculate. I can't wait. And again, using the gyro controls, the XYZ axis to move around. So another thing they say is different islands will have different puzzles to solve, kind of like shrines are scattered all over the place. Oh, here's another thing. The travel medallion will be back for fast travel, but it looks like we'll have access to this at base game. You won't have to buy DLC from what this looks like, right? And the medallion will allow you to fast travel. From what they're saying is there aren't as many fast travel spots like shrines scattered throughout the world. So you have to drop these fast travel medallions to get to where you want to be. More than likely, you get to collect more than one. Perhaps, we don't know. But it seems to make sense that there's going to be more than one medallion, that you can have multiple of them scattered around the world so you can easily fast travel to places. I think it would be very limiting if it's just one. And another thing, if you guys notice, the Sheikah slate seems to be back right here. It's up here. It's a improved, slimmer, the OLED Sheikah slate. It seems like that's really cool. Yeah, it seems like you have to make your own fast travel spots. There aren't as many predetermined fast travel points in this game as Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I'm excited to utilize that and kind of put pings all over the place. And here's some more battle mechanics that we're seeing. Okay, here's one thing that jumped out at me. So we've seen this puff shroom, right? We saw Link attach that to a shield. This one's really cool. It's the bomb flower. We're getting bomb flowers back, similar in previous Zelda games, like in Ocarina of Time. You just go up to a bomb flower, grab it, and you throw it. So they're back. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to just kind of farm them out in the overworld, farm them out in the wild, but there they are. That's really cool. I'm excited to try that out. And you can use them in your arrows too. So over here, he's using this giant spiked ball to defeat these goblins. And he's probably... Okay, you can take the spiked iron ball. You can basically take any object and fuse them with weapons. It looks like he just got a stat boost for attack on that weapon. He attached the iron spike ball to his sword, and how he's smacking these goblins with them. That is so cool. So it's probably like limited, like unlimited capabilities that we can do for attaching items to weapons. I can't wait. And it seems to be much easier and more fluid to build and fuse things in this game, especially when you get used to it. You really know what you're doing. It just becomes kind of second nature. Okay, in this footage, she's talking about the frame rate issues that we had in Breath of the Wild, especially in the Korok Forest. and he's showing how laggy it got during some parts of the game. But he said he tested a bunch of areas in Tears of the Kingdom, and he didn't find any performance issues, no real lag, no frame drops, nothing out of the ordinary. So we can rest easy knowing that the game's going to run smooth. Even though we wanted a Switch Pro or some kind of updated hardware, the game will run really smooth. Based on what they're saying and what they played, it's going to be a good game regardless of performance issues, which there doesn't seem to be that many. Another thing he says that the animations are very similar to Breath of the Wild. So it doesn't change that much in, you know, the visuals in the animations, so performance, it won't be an issue. Okay, here's another thing that I noticed in this video: Sage's Will. A small stone believes that belong to a sage. Holding it in your hand, you can feel the remnants of a strong bond. Is this a sage from like Ocarina of Time? The kind of reminds me of the sage medallions that you collect in Ocarina of Time. I'm not really sure exactly of the design. However, if you guys remember these, or if you know what the design looks like, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think the Sage's Will become. If there's going to be just one of each, or if it's multiple items that we collect, maybe we can turn those in for something. But this definitely seems like a callback to Ocarina of Time and the sages that we encountered in that game. So that's really cool. Hopefully we can collect like all different sages for different temples. And some more battle mechanics here. So another thing, he's saying that this game is going to be great and he's super excited to play it, right? He says that there's a lot of puzzles, more than we realize in the overworld, and it's similar to shrines. There's going to be quite a lot. And another thing he's saying, that gamers and creators will push this game to its limit, kind of like what we see here, the backflip vroom vroom kaboom shot in this Twitter post. That people are going to go crazy with their creativity, coming up all kinds of different ways to defeat the enemies and solve puzzles. Really excited to see what we come up with. So there we are. I can't wait for this game. I'm sure you guys are excited too. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in Hyrule.